tried to control the day. You don't control the day. The man controls the day. But we will control the night.
Hello everyone, I'm going to go over how I did my Mercedes 2001 CLK 320 installation. First I'll go over what I've installed. I got this head unit, this Bose BV9358B with the backup camera. And I'm also going to go over how I overrode the parking brake on this, so yeah, I can watch DVDs when I'm driving. Then this is the amp I installed. It's Neo 1.5K. It's 750 watts RMS at 1 ohm to drive my Alpine Type R 12 2 ohm dual voice coil. So yeah, first I'm just going to go over some of the issues that I ran into with this car and some of the other videos that I saw, what I believe that they did wrong and that I did differently. Some people weren't really that clear. So here I'll just shut it off, pull her out, and show you what I did. So the two main differences that I did from, some of what the other people have done is I ran my own power wire from the trunk to run the battery constant. And on this one, that's the yellow wire that hooks up to this. On the actual harness for the vehicle, that would be the blue-red wire here. This is I'm not sure exactly what it is because it doesn't work correctly for either the battery constant or the accessory. So I didn't use it at all. I didn't use this wire. This brown on the vehicle harness is the ground. That I used. That works fine. The other wire that I had to run is I had to come in through the cigarette lighter and tap off of that for my accessory power. So when you turn the car on and off, the head unit goes on and off. Alright, the two issues that I had to prevent that problem, or the symptoms that I had when I tried to use this wire, was either if I used this as the battery constant, it would work fine, but periodically when I shut the car off, it would wipe the memory. So it wasn't a really reliable battery constant. And if I used it as the accessory, it would never shut off. So my head unit would just stay on until I manually turned it off using the remote. So neither of those things were right. Another few things I'll go over are the wires that were in the vehicle, what they do. The one that hooks into the top, there's these two here, right? I have them taped together. The right with these two lights, this is the optical for the disc changer in the trunk. Now mind you, mine has the Bose audio system that you can tell by looking here in the back. This speaker will tell you if you have the Bose. None of the rest of them have the logo. This top one here, that some harnesses have but others don't, is just for this. I believe this is for the steering wheel. I didn't bother to hook it up because I just don't really need it. I had enough other issues to work through. So all my connections, I just kind of taped them all off. Another thing I'll go over is how I fixed the battery, or not the battery, how I fixed the parking brake constant for the head unit. So this is just a standard automotive relay. Alright, and what I did is, because they're pretty standard, all these relays, and this is just a 12-volt relay that I got at O'Reilly Auto Parts. And, there's 85, 87, 86, and 30. Right, on the back of this head unit, it has, I believe, the green wire. Yeah, the green wire is the braking wire. Right, so what I do is, you take one, which is the remote wire, this green, and then the other is the parking brake wire, or this is blue, parking brake wire, green, and hook the opposite end of each of those to a ground. So this way the remote wire actually is what throws the switch on the relay, and this is what actually gets current when the car is running. So this way when the head unit powers on, it automatically engages that circuit. And these are all shrink wrapped, and I just wrapped it up to make it look nice. And this works pretty good. So yeah, I just kind of labeled everything. So now the rear view camera, I'll go over this side of it. A lot of these wires I didn't even use. So up here, all I really needed to do was hook the video up here. Now I'm using a red RCA cable, that's just because that's what I had. Over here, let's see, where did I put the green? Yeah, this purple is the rear view camera actual line. Right, now I had to run these from the trunk. So what I did is, I ran all my wires, my RCAs for my sub, I ran the wire for this rear backup camera through a bundled wire. So here we have the remote wire, video, RCA, and then another wire that I ran for power, right? Because I told you earlier I had to run battery power from the constant, and I was experimenting, so I ran a bundled wire with 3 wires inside. So this way, if I needed extra ones, I didn't have to run it anymore. Then I ran it up under this panel, up under here, under there. Then I came down through here. I went up under here. This is my sub dial that I wanted to kind of hang out, so I ran this afterwards, back the other way. I figure that's a good out-of-the-way location for it. Then I ran it up under here. Up through here, you can kind of see the wires a little bit, right in here. And then I tucked them in the side, up and over that way. And now I'll show you where it comes out on the other end. So now if you look down in there, you can see where I ran the wires. I just ran them down in through the convertible top and down through here. And then this is just I just made a hole in here. So this should lay nice. This should lay nice in here. Then here's my amp setup. This is where I took out the CD changer. If you look under here, I just ran the battery wires right to the battery. Then these wires these are the wires for my power. So, I'll have to tighten that up later. Anyway, so the power wires, this is coming from the battery. This is going back out to power the head unit. And to do that, because I told you I had to run my own wire, is I had to buy this from Lowe's, this Boostman fuse holder. Right, and then also this wire is the backup camera wire. So how I fished this, from here I just routed it with the rest of the cables. Then I came up through here, up this, inside here, and then I came right down in here and wired it to these backup lights. Now, this is the power wire and the wire to actually hook in just need to be in here. So all you need to run out is actually that RCA wire with the red and the 2 video wires. And that carry the signal, and that's all you need to send out. So the power, you just run through this. Now to hook this up, I just took out this screw here, and this comes off, and I just laid the wire, pulled it through, Obviously I pulled this all the way off, but just to show you I didn't want it to be there. Then it just works. Works fine. These are the lights that come on when the backup comes on, which engages the backup camera just fine. And to fish the wires, this is what I used. This fish sticks, because it's kind of hard to get up in there by yourself, or if you have a helper, you can do it that way too. So, and then here's my Alpine sub, and everything works just fine. Here, I'll fire it up real quick. So, and this all has the Bluetooth and, you know, everything that you could really want in a head unit. This double DID head unit.
Hearing it could repair your breastfeeding woes, but whether or not there's an actual
And then anyway, you get the idea. Everything works just great. So that's my install. I hope y'all have the same luck I did. I'm really happy with how everything works, with it shutting off when I take the key out, and everything functioning correctly.